Hi. So I'm back to do a collective read for you guys. I am so excited actually to do one, just because I feel like this year has to be better than last year, just in terms of having to wear masks and COVID and whatnot. But in any case, let's see what the cards got to say. Because you don't want to hear me, you just want to hear the cards. I know why you're here. Okay, so we're gonna start with this. Wow. Okay, so we've got a completion of a cycle here. This is number 10. So the world card or whatever in the classical deck. This is definitely a cultivation of something new. The tilling of some new earth. The absolute replanting of, there's a season for everything is what I'm hearing, and this is a new season that we're walking into in 2021, obviously. But I also feel like there's a lot of new opportunities that are about to come your way. I don't know if there has been he's carrying a huge scythe in his hand. So I feel that there's been, the first couple of rows here are completely empty, but those back rows there have a lot of greenery available. And I think this man is chosen. For some reason, I'm also, usually I don't see this card as much of a road. I see entire tracks. And that this man is on the opposite side of the road from the rainbow, walking with his scythe. In tarot, the knives tend to be your tongue or sharp words from your tongue. It's a slicing away of unnecessary dead things in your existence that you no longer need to stay hopeful about or need to think about. There's clouds kind of coming off the end of the rainbow floating away. It's just a new, I feel he's probably used that scythe, cut the mist from his eyes, and he can see clearly finally. He's walking towards a new crop, a new understanding of what those seeds have the potential to yield for him. I think that's apparent from the card, but for some reason I'm also getting why the chicken crossed the road with the seeds in the road, and I don't know. You guys know what I'm talking about. You may need or be needing to clarify what it is that which side of the road you want to stand on, which seeds you want to plant, and which crops you're just kind of done with. Some vegetables and some fruits, kind of like fish, in a fish tank, need different environments in order to thrive or to really take off. And in this scenario, I'm just hearing that, the crossing of the road was a positive thing. It was not for, any negative reasons. There's a rainbow here. But I also feel like this man has been walking and working and cutting and has his hat on, and it's hot. So, not being afraid to put in the hard work, not being afraid to ask the hard questions. Ooh, yeah. Not being afraid to, cut away the items in the field that are not working for you, that are not helping progress your life forward. If it's been a hell of a year with trying to grow oranges, maybe you should try to grow a coconut tree instead. I mean, it depends on where you live and what kind of soil you've got and what kind of watering irrigation systems are available. All of these things are relevant when thinking about cultivating new things. So that's what I'm getting from this. I've also got Coeur la Mardi Gras. This is a chicken. This is a bird coming down, swooping down from the sky or falling from the sky. I don't know why I'm hearing Chicken Little. Do you guys know that movie or that book? I mean, There's Chicken Run. That's the movie I was thinking of as well when I said why the chicken crossed the road. But also, Chicken Little. The sky is falling. The sky is falling. I don't know if you guys have ever read that book, but I used to read it to my son all the time, and it's definitely a really good book. It's just about kind of crying wolf when there's really not an issue, and then when the issue has become serious, it's actually too late. The chicken has fallen from the sky. The sky is falling or whatever. In this case, the sky isn't falling, the chicken is falling out of the sky. So this is I don't know if you guys are able to see this little hut with there's a hut. And the hut has what looks like a bull or a ram or possibly Baphomet or something on top of it. People associate Baphomet with bad energies, but actually Baphomet was the first kind of recognition in deity form of the duality of humans. And it was that kind of that African version of Zen. So there's some things, for me right here, I'm thinking of chicken heads. Maybe you have friends that you've been associating with, or people, places, and things that are just kind of picking at you or pecking at you constantly, and you finally took your scythe and just cut it off. Maybe this is what the man cut from the sky, and there's now, clouds moving away from, Baphomet is pointing towards the rainbow. Maybe there was an ending of a situation that was really very colorful with language. Maybe that's coming to an end or fallen on its head, and now there's something new being resurrected. Someone's pointing at a new direction that you could possibly go. And rather than discounting that, I would encourage you to literally sit with it for a moment and see how it feels. Because the next card that came out was Dietolet. And that's basically an egg or a new idea. So as I was saying before, why did the chicken cross the road? To get to the other side. So I don't know if you guys have ever been cooking with eggs before that are unfortunately fertilized. If you've cracked an egg that's fertilized, but it's all bloody. It's disgusting. And, this just reminds me that there's both eggs in a carton, and there are eggs that are fertilized, and the motion of this kind of universal energy of the collective mind cloud, of thought, has made and fertilized this egg, so that now there's a small being associated with, the transfer from one side of the street to the other, and the new crop that's going to spring from this has everything to do with truth. This is the Ace of Swords for this deck, at least. That's the way that I read it. And truthfully, this new maybe you're using new fertilizer. Maybe you're using a new, like I said, planting new crops because it's been too hard to grow in dry, arid places, or whatever the case may be. But this is you spearheading that and keeping your eyes to the sky for guidance, for the way that you can bring down on this is a pumpkin. I didn't actually realize that before, that this is a Halloween pumpkin. He's speared it. And that was the way that he opened the portal into the seeds, emptied the seeds of the pumpkin, and then was able to light a light on the inside, to catch fire on the inside. And so even if this man was to walk away, it looks like he's using the power of the sun, or the closest star to us, as a light to illuminate the art forms that have been etched into the front of the face of this pumpkin. You may have somebody in your life who you truthfully would like to spearhead, not literally, but quite. I mean, if you think about pumpkin as being, oh, hey, pumpkin, hey, honey, hey, muffin, hey, whatever cheesy nicknames that you guys can come up with. If you think about that, and think about the fact that, you know, this chicken head mentality has been happening, and that you're wanting to come to, you know, after a completion comes a new start, and this is the new start. This is you speaking into the universe, the spirit that you would like to see planted here to take root. These are feet. His little feet are sticking out. So, you know, I feel like this is maybe a deep thought in someone's head, or maybe a deep thought in your sweetheart's head, maybe a deep thought in the sky, you know, a prayer that you've been having to try to, you know, speak on in order to manifest physically. Pumpkins grow on the ground. And so that's interesting that I was just talking about trees. I mentioned a whole bunch of fruit trees before. And I just, you know, I'm thinking that this is a vegetable. It's also a vine. So this grows on a vine on the ground. It's not a tree. And it does grow in a much more dry situation than most, you know. Some plants are not that forgiving. Some plants you can kill pretty quickly if you overwater them, or if you underwater them. If they didn't get enough sunlight, or, you know, if they were given too much fertilizer or something like that. So this is just someone took their huge knife, stabbed a pumpkin, and this is what came of it. And hopefully for this, you know, 2021, since we're talking about the future here, this has a lot to do with you opening the egg. So I'm seeing a present. I'm seeing a gift here, like an actual Christmas present or something. If you're looking at this as maybe like a gem or an opal that has a small baby in it, or, you know, some type of semi-precious stone with an idea behind it, like a birthstone, okay, or something like that. This is somebody taking their divine knowledge, trying to direct it onto the heads, or into the minds, or into the seedling banks of this pumpkin. It's just it's a very new, and he's holding on to the hilt of the sword near his heart. So I do feel like this is something he's prayed on, he's yearned for, and now he's ready to kind of drop the tip of the spear into the, you know, cut an opening into the top of the pumpkin so that he can start the carving process. And that's really the message that I'm getting from these two. So let me get some clarifiers really quickly. I knew there was going to be some type of cool message that came through. So this actually is really positive. It looks like I said, there's a ton of opportunities coming your way. You just have to choose which one you want to pick and do it, you know? Speak your truth. Speak it loudly, clearly. Don't be afraid. Just be who you are. Yes, the Wheel of Fortune just came out for that Azaka card. So like I was saying, sorry, I'm trying to pull two for each of these so that I can get you guys some additional information on what's going down. Okay, well that came out perfectly. All right, so there is, under the Azaka card here, these are the two clarifiers that came out. The Wheel of Fortune, so like I said, you guys have a lot of really great opportunities coming towards you. This is in the upright, so the Wheel of Fortune is moving forward in your favor. And it may be to move you away from the dead rows of this field here. This field has a couple rows that have either just been planted and have not sprouted yet, but I'm just kind of hearing that they've not yielded anything, not yielded at all. So, being able to drop that, kind of not wanting to entertain this idea of being tied up anymore, it's a really good sign that that came out. Looks like you're really burning off some of the negative, toxic energy that really could have kept you stagnant. And I think that's something we all need to do every once in a while, but especially going into a new year, you don't want to take all of the mess and all the yap, yap, yap. And I don't know why I'm doing this, but it's probably because of the chicken falling out of the sky here, or the bird, dying and falling out of the sky. This is the two cards that came out were the King of Cups in the upright and the Friendship card in reverse, or the Six of Cups in reverse. So this is maybe something that you're deeply emotional about, that you've had a lot of emotions about, that you've wanted to do for a while. This King of Cups is a very noble guy. He's very generous. He's got a lot of deep emotions. He's very stable, though. He knows he's got his cup there, even though he's surrounded by water, and he's got his scepter in the other hand. So he's ready to make some emotional changes and knows how to do it. So that being the case, this may not be something that includes other people, the past, or friends for that matter. It could be a very solo journey for this person. This is kind of saying, hey, there could also be a Cancer that you're not friends with because of some chicken head activity that took place, and it was tomfoolery. This is a definite shift away from the deep emotions towards a friend, deep commitment, or deep contribution emotionally towards old situations, people, places, and things. So however that looks in your life, I think there's going to be a reinvestment. And in order for space to be made, in order for that reinvestment to happen, you kind of do need to clear out some of the old cycles and habits that you have been accustomed to up until this point. So on Dietolet, we actually do have both. These are really positive cards, guys. So we've got both the Five of Swords in the reverse and the Eight of Cups in the reverse. So someone is not going to be, the Five of Swords is defending yourself, but it's also being a little bit smug, especially for this tarot deck in particular. In other tarot decks, there are cards that don't denote such a smug kind of disposition. This one in the upright, look at his face. He's looking at those two people behind him like he's really happy that he just hurt them. And walking away unfulfilled was something that was halfway a secret, halfway illuminated on his mind for a while. And at this point, he's not going to be smug, and he's not going to be walking away from this new opportunity, whatever it is. He's going to drop the attitude or the smugness, the swords, the sharp hurting of two people, and instead of that, you can focus on, not walking away from the secret and the illumination. This is the secret and the illumination together. There's often, there's really big statues that they've got lit up at night, that kind of catch your attention because they are so regal. That's also the imagery that's coming to my head right now when I pulled this card. So I'm saying that when you see a really beautiful Mount Rushmore, let's just use that as an example. When you see it lit up at night, especially on like a holiday or some special event that doesn't necessarily happen all the time, and when it does, it's really exciting. That's a really beautiful sight to see. It's something that kind of gives you this renewed sense of pride, this renewed sense of loyalty, this renewed sense of just feeling very patriotic and very centered, as though we're protected, as though we're well looked over, especially for Mount Rushmore. So I think, when statues are monuments, they're supposed to bring back a memory from something in your past that somebody or you wanted to commemorate for the rest of your life or earthly being. This is a great way to honor a legacy. if this is literally a child, then this is a great way to honor that legacy, is by not being willing to be snide and rude and to take matters into your own hands in a way that is going to completely destroy 2 other people at least. There's 8 cups here, so I'm seeing that it's a home. 8 divided by 2 is 4. So there may be, this is a new seat or a new egg of potential energy that has just been put in your lap. And it's your responsibility to take it and make it into whatever it is that you'd like for it to be. The Orient card. The clarifiers that I got for that were the Aries Emperor card as well as the Tower card. And this is somebody, a father figure, an authority figure, somebody who's got a lot of influence in the community, in their family. This could be a patriarch, so like one of your grandfathers or something like that, who's now realizing that there may be something spearheaded here, really spearheaded here. Something that has really taken a lot of focus, a lot of just sheer, now I'm seeing this man's arms as being really built up. I don't know why, but I'm seeing like a bodybuilder with a, the sword of Arthur, the book that, the sword in the stone. I'm seeing this as being that at this point. That somebody is looking at fatherhood as being, either they're realizing that they're going to have this sword in the stone kind of fatherhood and possibly be able to pull the sword out and possibly not. Or, this is either an ending or a realization of something. And because these, in this card, there are laurels falling from the sky. This may have been a download of information, an amped up voltage of lightning strike, kind of like a realization, there were 2 sides to a story or potentially something going on. The laurels are falling out on this side after the clouds and not on this side. So, okay, above the clouds, the laurels are falling on the left side, left for me, because I'm, looking at the camera. But on the other side, the laurels are falling below the clouds. So there's someone else, this person and whoever this person is here with the blue, they may have been more watery, more a little more melancholy. This person is more passionate, and I'm noticing that obviously the Emperor is wearing all red, so maybe this is the Emperor falling out of the tower there with his realization or the ending of something. That, this person could have possibly had the luck before. And now, because the Emperor didn't have any kind of luck before, it's now his turn to fall with the laurels. Laurels are considered divine blessings from the universe. So, especially because he is a king, and because the crown is falling on the same side that the person in the red outfit is on, I'm going to stick with this. I'm going to stick with my story. That the Aries here, or whatever emperor figure that you're looking at, whether this be a father, authority, whoever, has realized that it's time to buckle down, to put in as much force and pressure as he can, either to pull the sword out of the stone or to put it in the stone. You could be Arthur himself. So who knows? I don't know why, but I also got that if this has something to do with a kind of new, because I was saying that about the home. If this could be a new home for a father, or a new throne for him to sit on. Just something to think about. I don't know how this is applicable to you, but you'll know how these energies apply to your life. Good luck with sorting it out, it actually looks like it could be kind of fun and exciting if you're willing to. I mean, if this is something that you're, looking forward to, is that little egg of knowledge and hope, then I think you've got it. So if you guys would like to take a look, I did just put all of the playlists together for each sign, as well as a collective kind of smorgasbord of spiritual information that I will be trying to continue to bolster. Those are listed, so go take a look. Otherwise, I shall see you guys later. Take care.